Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Hookah Anonymous, and you are now rocking with Mickey Truth. She live up to her name, not the fame. So make sure y'all subscribe to her channel and stay updated on what's real. Bye.
Coming from where I come from, they doubted me, but I came up. I made it through the storm, trying to conquer the world. I made it through the storm, trying to conquer the world. Coming from where I come from, they doubted me, but I came up. I made it through the storm, trying to conquer the world. I made it through the storm, trying to conquer the world. Good reporting ass Mickey. We love you, Mickey.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Mickey Truth, aka the Queen of Paperwork, and I am back with another video. As always, all information contained in this video is for entertainment and educational purposes only. All information used in this video is per the Fair Use Act, and any conclusion that you draw is on you, not me. So let's get it. So as promised, I definitely dug into Lul Tim's paperwork, and I have officially been able to do the video y'all have been asking me to do on his murder charge for the murder of King Von. Now, I will say this, okay? My voice is going out. I think I might be getting sick. However, I pushed through and got it done. So keep your comments to yourself. All right. So without further ado, let's get to the content.
Shit play out. Shit go how it go, goddamn. Niggas just really waiting to goddamn case of it.
On November 6, 2020, the GBI released a press release that stated on November 6, 2020 at approximately 4 a.m., the GBI was requested to investigate an officer-involved shooting at the Monaco Hookah Lounge in Atlanta, Georgia. The preliminary investigation indicates that Davon Bennett, a.k.a. King Von, and a group of men left the Opium nightclub and went to the Monaco Hookah Lounge on 255 Trinity Avenue. Once there, two men approached the group in the parking lot, and the two groups of men started to argue with each other. The argument quickly escalated to gunfire between the two groups. Atlanta Police Department officers, off duty and on duty, responded. Two officers, one on duty and one off duty, fired shots at two locations. During the shooting incident, 6 men were shot. During the group altercation and officer encounter, Bennett and 2 men died as a result of those injuries, and 3 were injured, okay, and are being treated at hospitals. No officers were injured in this incident. The GBI will continue to independent investigation. Once the investigation is complete, it will be submitted to Fulton County District Attorney's Office for review. Now, listen, that statement has stuck with a lot of people. You know why? Because the incorrect number of people that passed away, okay? It said 3. However, we know it was 2, but a lot of people cannot get over the original press release that was released. Now, if you recall, this is courtesy of TMZ. What you're seeing is just a still of the video that captured the shooting and ultimately the altercation, right? That led up to the murder of King Von. Now, I will not show the video due to YouTube guidelines, however, and I will not show King Von on the ground. However, it is available on TMZ and probably multiple other YouTube videos. Okay. Now, if we continue on through the investigation, Lul Tim is the prime suspect in King Von murder immediately. Like November 6, 2020, they had an affidavit for arrest for Lul Tim. So it wasn't like they didn't know who it was. Okay. With the probable cause that is listed, it states that it was only 2 victims that were deceased. King Von from Chicago, and also a man named Mark Blakely from Chicago, who ultimately is revealed to be Slutty. Okay? Rest in peace to both of those. According to the arrest affidavit for Lul Tim, Atlanta police were in proximity and ran towards the gunfire. Later in the day, a video was posted on social media that showed part of the physical confrontation and shooting. The video showed Mr. Bennett in a fist fight with a black male that spilled out into the street. As Mr. Bennett was fighting, he was shot several times by another black male wearing a gray hoodie under a black shirt with a design on the back and black pants, later identified as Timothy Leaks. Leaks, who shot Bennett, was shot himself, fell to the ground. Bennett was then held down by another black male who also was dressed in all black, later identified as Quando Rondo, until a friend of Bennett's knocked Quando Rondo away from Bennett. Leaks and Quando Rondo then got into a white SUV and fled the scene. Now, allegedly, Muwap is the one in the video in the white shirt and light blue pants who knocked Quando Rondo off him. I put out, but off him. Okay, depends how you want to word it. Muwap was, however, never charged in the incident per my research. Now, what I didn't know, per the arrest affidavit, is that Savannah police detective was the one that positively identified Quando Rondo, Little Youngin, and Lul Tim. Yes, positively identified. Per the affidavit, it says, after the video was posted, I received a call from Savannah police detective Daryl Retress, who called me to explain that he had seen the posted video of the shooting on social media, and he was very familiar with the individuals who were involved in the shooting of Bennett. Adding that they, Harris, Leaks, and Quando Rondo, are well known by the police in Savannah, and that they had been pulled, right? They had pulled a gun on him in one of their encounters. Like, you read it right. The officer, the detective said they pulled a gun on him. Like I said, hey, in Savannah, it's different than we know with Quando Rondo, but nevertheless, let's keep going. Because you might have some questions, like, who the world is Johnny Harris, right? Well, Detective Tress said that he was 1,000% positive that the black male in the video that shoots Bennett was Timothy Leaks, 9198, who is from Savannah, and that Quando Rondo was the person who was holding Bennett down. In addition, I received numerous Crime Stopper tips that included pictures from Timothy Leaks' Instagram, which were posted earlier the same day, which show him wearing the same clothing that were captured in the posted video of the shooting. The Instagram video also shows Leaks in the company of the same people that were with Leaks at the shooting, Johnny Harris, aka Lil Youngin, and Quando Rondo, who were also wearing the same clothing as seen in the Instagram post and in the posted video of the shooting. Also, Harris, who was with Quando Rondo and Leaks at the video shoot that was posted on Instagram and was arrested at the crime scene shortly after the shooting, said in a post Miranda statement that he had traveled to the murder scene with Leaks as the driver of the car. Harris also identified a driver's license pictures of Leaks that showed him. Quando Rondo posted a short video where he showed himself in Grady Hospital dropping a person off at Grady Hospital, exclaiming he shot. So, if you did not catch what just went on, Little Youngin, aka Johnny Harris, did also identify or pick out Timothy Leaks, aka Little Tim, when he was arrested. So, with that being said, a person or the person who identified Timothy Leaks, aka Lul Tim, was actually from his own camp. It was not a member of, say, for example, King Von's camp, like, for example, Boss Top, like a lot of people was going with. Okay. Now, Johnny Harris, aka Lil Youngin, did eventually go to prison for things that escalated that night, but not because he was charged with anything in the case. It's because he was currently on parole and he caught, guess what? A violation. So he did end up having to do the remainder of his 4-year sentence in prison. He was released according to the Department of Correction on August 2022. Okay, I can't remember that date, but nevertheless, no additional charge that I can find stemming from that night. He did time for him. He basically just finished out his parole sentence. Okay. Now, again, social media, police assistance, and videos posted by others led to identifying those involved, including the assistance, okay, police assistance by Lil Youngin for picking Lil Tim out in a lineup, or by his driver's license. I don't want to really say lineup because at the end of the day, it could have just been one single photo, but nevertheless, he picked them out and identified them. Okay. Now, also Harris, who was with Quando Rondo and Leaks at the video shoot that was posted on Instagram and was arrested at the crime scene. It continues to go on, right? It says here that a video was discovered at Grady Hospital of the delivery of Leaks to the hospital, which shows him being unloaded from a white SUV by an unknown black male who fits the physical and clothing description of Quando Rondo. In addition, the Grady video shows Leaks wearing the same clothing that can be seen in the Instagram post from earlier in the day, as well as the clothes that can be seen in the posted video of the murder. To repeat, the posted video from the shooting shows that Leaks was wounded during the shootout and was transported away from the shooting in a white SUV. Leaks had undergone surgery after his arrival to Grady and is currently recovering. His medical condition has prevented any interaction with the police. This case is under investigation and additional charges are forthcoming. So, for those who have stated that Lul Tim provided a statement after the shooting, he did not, because as the initial arrest affidavit states, he was in surgery and basically wasn't medically cleared to talk to the police. Okay. Now, I was shocked because I didn't know multiple people got arrested. I only was familiar with Lul Tim being arrested for murder. However, according to the Atlanta Journal Constitution, two other men, 21-year-old Johnny Harris, which we already went over, and 23-year-old Kevin Jones, have been since charged for their alleged roles in the shootout. Okay. According to this statement, it says Atlanta police spokesperson Sergeant John Chaffee said Jones faces one count of aggravated assault and Harris is charged with possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, according to the police. Okay. And that he faces parole violation, which he does get violated for. Now, other victims from the shooting include Kevin Jones, who was in critical condition at the time of the arrest affidavit, Brian Humphrey, who was shot in the leg from Chicago also, Timothy Leaks, who is from Savannah, and Francois. I keep saying this name, Francois Jameson, who was shot in the leg from Florida, and that is a 100K trap for those who don't know. Okay, and again, the two victims out of this list that were arrested allegedly, right, is Timothy Leaks and Kevin Jones. And I say allegedly because I'm not able to find an arrest for Kevin Jones at all. However, according to publications by news sources in the Atlanta area, he was from Chicago. So, in my opinion, just based off that, I would think he was part of the entourage that came with King Von, but I can't confirm that. Now, the state warrant for arrest was issued, as you can see in the screen, on November 6, 2020, okay, at 7:58 p.m. by Judge Robert Wolf, okay? And it says, for sufficient causes made known to the deputy clerk of this court, you are therefore commanded to arrest the body of the said accused name and the foregoing affidavit. All right. And this is it. This is the actual arrest ticket or violation for Timothy Leaks, aka Lul Tim. And if you look at number 12, it says in that the accused did shoot and kill the victim with a handgun. Okay. And it says Trinity Avenue is where it took place. Now, this is a lot of people was kind of like, where's the mug shot? What's really the mug shot? Because I'm not even gonna lie, I didn't know that was Lul Tim at first because that looked like somebody else. But nevertheless, if you look at the black and white photo to the left, I can see it looking familiar with each other. So I'm gonna go with that's the photo because this is actually what's on the paperwork. And this is again the criminal warrant for Lul Tim, which states he was already in custody at that time when they issued this warrant. Now, what some people probably missed is that the GBI did provide another update, which was on November 9th, 2020. Okay. And it states, as a result of the Monaco Hookah Lounge shooting that took place on Friday, a total of 6 persons were shot with 2 deceased, not 3 as initially reported. So for those who are still running with the original statement, they do correct it within 3 days. I was about to say 30 days. Within 3 days of the original report. All right. Now, 2021, Quando Rondo speaks with Angela Yee. Okay. And with that, he talks a lot about him and Lul Tim's relationship. And he actually reveals what, from his point of view, happened the night King Von was killed. Now, this is courtesy of XXL that actually broke down the audio to a certain degree. And that's what I'm going to go with so that I don't have to use the audio of the interview. But make sure you go check out the interview. It is still available. Okay. According to this, it says, I walk to the car. I tell my brother, I say, is this amount to part right here? The diary of a lost child, Reimer tells Yee, referring to Timothy Lul Tim Leaks, who was charged with the murder of King Von. I said, I'm not going into the club. Find you a little female or whatever, because I'm like, you got 15 minutes, because then I'm dipping. We about to go to the house. Quando Rondo then doubles down on reports that he claimed he was sleeping in the car prior to the shooting taking place outside of Monaco Hookah Lounge last year. Now, I think I said that one time, and y'all told me that wasn't correct. Well, according to him, he was asleep, okay? He said, my brother said, Lul Tim told me. He said, Lil bruh, I'm not about to let you sit in no car and go to sleep, Quando explained. I'm about to sit in here and roll up. I'm like, all right, bet. Now I'm about to stand by the other individual that I came with, going to stand by his car until they park. Soon as they park right here, because we going to park right here next to this car. This is definitely how he talked. Like, whew, okay. In summary, it says it's an expensive car. Now, we're going to skip through some of it because his lingo is definitely just, okay. Now, in my mind, I'm just thinking regular in reality, like you would think. Quando says, I'm about to let these people walk past me. I'm not about to try and go through these people or nothing like that. I'm thinking these were some regular individuals, so I'm letting this group come by. Next thing you know, a nigga hit me. I lie to you not. It's like I'm an out of body experience. Like the animation. Okay. Now again, this is what Quando Rondo is stating happened. This is his view. Now, I'm not saying it's right or wrong. This is I wasn't there. He was. Okay. Now, one thing that stood out to me is from this. From my understanding, I had a relationship with Big Bruh, Quando says, not wanting to say his name. You know who I'm talking about. The dude that was on my album. It was all love with us, from my understanding. No beef with dirt, right? I don't know. Was it? Was it not? He said he didn't know. Now, Lul Tim, according to my review, has only done one interview, and that's with, guess who? Fuchsia's TV. Shout out to Fuchsia's TV, okay? And they actually talked to him briefly about it. In this interview, he does state that he basically was just ready for it to be over with, and things like that. And he just had to do what he had to do for his brother, basically. Y'all make sure y'all go check out the interview. Now, fast forward for those who know. On August 18, 2023, Mickey Truth, as in myself, broke the news confirming that Lul Tim had been cleared of the murder of King Von. Shout out to Fuchsia's TV again for showing me love and sharing and giving me credit for this information. Okay. Now, y'all already know I had to do the background to the story for those who may not know, but you already know we got to do a Queen of Paperwork exclusive. Okay. Now, I didn't put the exclusive on the actual arrest affidavit because I don't know if somebody else ever dropped it. However, that's definitely exclusive too if they haven't. But this is definitely exclusive. Nobody else has released it. I'm not going to say they don't have it, but they haven't released it. So your girl is going to go ahead and release it. Originally, when I verified the charges was dropped, Fulton County Magistrate and DA's office stated that the reason for dismissal of the charge was due to the DA declining to prosecute. Many have speculated on the details. However, what does the paperwork say? As y'all see, this is my official seal from the clerk's office for a certified copy of what I am about to show you, which is what y'all think is about to be. It is the decision of District Attorney to decline to prosecute defendant. Come now, Fannie T. Willis, District Attorney of the Atlanta Judicial Circuit, State of Georgia, and shows this honorable court the following. The facts of this case have been reviewed with the arresting officer, and although it appears that probable cause may have existed for the defendant's arrest, the decision of the district attorney at this time is not to present the above referenced defendant case to the grand jury. The reason for this decision, I'm tongue-tied, decision are as follows. So now we know the official reason is legal and factual considerations to include but are not necessarily limited to insufficient evidence to prove this case beyond a reasonable doubt. Again, he was charged with murder. According to this, they had insufficient evidence to prove this murder charge beyond a reasonable doubt. Okay? Now, no more guessing. Well, for the rational people, this is it. This is the reason, official from the DA's office. This is their reasoning. Now, I will say this. It's going to be a lot of bloggers, a lot of YouTubers, a lot of people that's going to spin it how they want. But at the end of the day, y'all, this is the reason. It's nothing more, nothing less. This is their reason. Now, conspiracies, whatever, y'all run with it. But this is the reason. And as y'all can check the date, as I reported before, this case was dismissed on June 5th, 2023. Case closed, Routine. Our folder is closed. It's done.
Told them about my good news. I'm about to beat this case. I really came from the bottom.
No one else has been charged with any of the other shootings that night. What does that mean? So with that, the story continues. A new case folder opens, and that case folder is this. What was the conclusion of the GBI investigation into the officer-involved shooting on November 6, 2020? Well, as I said before, it's to be continued. Because according to my request that I did put in with the GBI Open Records Unit, it says they are backlogged 5 to 7 weeks, and it's going to take additional time to get back with me. So it may be months down the line, but when I get more information, you will have the information, Truth Team. So with that being said, this is facts, according to the documents certified by the Clerk of Court of Fulton County. To each his own from here. But as always, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, tell a friend to pull up on your girl, Mickey Truth. And as always, go over to MickeyTruth.com and get you some merch because you know your girl stay with that work. So until next time, holla! Through the storm, trying to conquer the world. I made it through the storm.